Oh no, we're running late. Hi, everybody. I am so sorry. Give me a small second. We had a little cat emergency over here, and we had to figure that out. And now we're gonna have to see whether the solution we came up with is a feasible one or not. Let's see. So right now we have Selena. Oh, this is actually, I think it's working. We have Selena in the study with us. I've closed the study door, which is something I normally don't do because the cat gets super nervous. But since so we have a problem where one cat eats the other's cat food, right? So we decided to separate their food containers, and we moved one from the living room to the study. The problem is that the greedy cat still comes into the study and eats the other cat's food, even though it is like secured with a chip, right? It's kind of a bully situation. So as soon as the one cat goes for a feeder, the other comes running and tries to steal her food. So what we tried doing now is moving the feeder into the study and closing the door so the other cat can't come in, and I'm spending time with that cat so they can eat in solace. Maybe that's gonna work. Let's see. Maybe I just need to always take some me time, half an hour or something like that, for that cat to be able to eat in solitude. I don't know, man. This is difficult. Also, we're thinking about taking the other cat to a behavioral therapist. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Weird times. She's super food fixated. She's super food motivated. And that's fine as long as she doesn't bully the other cat, right? And steal her food. Because also, fun fact, she doesn't stomach that food. She has a stomach problem. So she shouldn't eat that food. I would say don't get pets, but they're lovely. I love them so much. They're gorgeous. It is what it is. Let's see how that goes. But for now, I think she's fine. Weekly updates. What has been going on? So first and foremost, release date for Final Fantasy Tactics has come and gone. 30th of September. We've snatched that game. I've installed it. I've played a couple of hours. I am looking forward very much to actually continuing playing it. I am super happy with how it runs and looks on Steam Deck. It's pretty amazing. Looks okay on PC. Actually, I'm not a big fan. I'm playing it on the big screen, to be fair. So I think mostly I will be playing that on Steam Deck. But it looks good on a big screen. I like the improvements. I love the voice acting. That's actually super fun. I appreciate that. I don't know about the visual upgrade. I am not 100% sure the game needed a visual upgrade, to be fair. But yeah, looks nice. I'm a bit disappointed that the War of the Lion upgrade is not... Okay, now she's scratching the door. Should I let her out? Sweetie, you want to come out? Yeah, so that was not a solution, apparently. Give me a second. All right. Let's see how that goes. Obviously not a big fan of the fact that the War of the Lion upgrade, or it's not a remake of War of the Lion. So that's actually one thing I'm not particularly fond of. I would have really liked to see that. I don't know what the reason behind that is. Going for a remake of the classic game instead of War of the Lion. But yeah, I think we're going to survive it. I'm super happy that there is a way to play this classic without going for emulation. That's super amazing, actually. So yeah, this is something that's going to be happening. I think I will probably split my time between 14 and Tactics, and this will be my gaming autumn, so to speak. I know that Ghost of Yotai was released today. I won't be picking that one up anytime soon, I think, because for one, it's a PS5 game. I was hoping my wife was gonna buy it, which she isn't because she hasn't finished Death Stranding 2 yet. So that's not gonna happen. So honestly, I'm not going to invest into any PlayStation 5 games. I'm going to splurge at some point this month. I'm going to look into the autumn sale going on Steam right now. There's a couple of stuff on my wish list that is currently heavily discounted. And this is probably where I am going to splurge, if I will. Speaking of splurging, since I came back from the holiday and all the major investments of the year lie behind me, I've actually splurged a little bit, just a teeny tiny little bit. But first and foremost, and this is not technology, this is not tech, this is just something I'm super hyped about. Try out tomorrow. I haven't had time today. I just picked it up from the package access service point, whatever it's called. I've got myself second. This? Oh yeah, this. Yes. So, this is a pack of Holo Taco nail polishes. Well, technically it's 2 nail polishes and then 1 base coat and a top coat, or taco as we say. And what I really love about them is the colors. So as I've already said, this is beautiful deep green. And then this is the main reason I had to splurge, right? And then we have, look at that. This is, well, rose gold, red golden flakes. So basically this goes on top of the base coat. I've seen that. It looks beautiful. So I'm going to try that out tomorrow. I didn't have time today, so no nail polish right now. But I'm definitely going to try that out and see how that goes. The cat definitely wants to leave the office, so I'll have to accommodate her. Give me a second real quick. This is going to be a major pain in the butt. Anyway, we'll have to figure this out. So, yeah. New nail polishes, new colors. Super excited. And the next one is, I've been researching pretty hard to find which one I wanted to buy. This is the Canon Selfie CX20. This is a portable photo printer. And originally I wanted to look into the Instax photo printers because I really like the overall design of the products. And then I realized that there were two different printers for check card and square format. So there wasn't one printer that could do both. And this one here can basically accommodate both sizes of paper. You just need to change them. And so I checked some reviews and realized that this is probably the product I want to buy, even though I super like the visuals, the vibe of the Instax printers. They look great, but there's no reason for me to buy them except for the fact that they look pretty cool. And this is what the pictures look like. This is basically a picture I took on holiday, and I tried for test printing. This is a square one. They're not super big. I like that. I wanted to have something that could technically go into a A5 journal if I wanted to, you know. Put it in here. As far as I know, you should be able, and I haven't tried that yet. I didn't do thorough testing, to be honest. You should be able to actually remove the backside of the photograph and then actually stick them directly into a journal. I haven't tried that out yet. I don't know if that works. I'm also going to do some test prints with the check card size paper, see if that works. And yeah, then I'm going to figure out a way in which I want to use them. Honestly, I really wanted to be able to actually print out some photographs every now and then, especially of people when I take a picture of them. Just, you know, be able to hand them a photo afterwards. Like, hey, I took this really cool picture of you. Here it is. Have fun with it, right? That would be nice. Or some pictures that I'm really proud of. Just print them out. Stick them somewhere. Stick them in a journal. Hang them on the whiteboard for a little inspiration, something like that. You know, I've taken so many pictures over the last years now, and honestly, 99.9% of them are digital. I haven't printed them out, so that feels a little bit sad, especially with the way that social media honors photography, right? I mean, there's no space for photography anymore on Instagram or anywhere, right? I mean, I get a couple of likes for cat photos, basically, but that's almost it, right? So sharing for photography on Instagram feels kind of moot at this point. So I might as well just be able to print them out for myself and enjoy them for myself, right? Yeah. So let's see how that goes. I'll keep folks updated. I am so far super happy. Honestly, I didn't do a lot of test prints because this paper is super expensive, to be honest. And I don't know yet how it behaves. Also, every 10 pieces of paper or every 20 pieces of paper come with an ink cartridge. So I assume that an ink cartridge is valid for 20 photos. I don't know if that's true or not. I will have to check online, do some testing, do some research. And yeah, then I'll probably let you folks know. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that covers it. Where are we in terms of Final Fantasy XIV then? I guess we're somewhere here. I've continued playing a little bit. Technically, I've just ensured that we've connected the dots, right? I've made the basically transition to Alagiri, which is here. So this is literally the southern part of the peaks region that we've already encountered. So this is Alagana up here. And we've basically came in here from the west. And then this is the new city of Alagiri, which apparently we have taken, or the rebellion has taken, and established a stronghold there. So this is where we're currently at. I honestly didn't explore the map too much, and I also have a blue quest here that I would like to finish in Castrum Oriens. I wasn't able to do that earlier. I think the only thing that it will do is unlock the beast tribes for Stormblood, for this region. But I'm not sure, so let's see if we can quickly complete that and not miss anything. Turn up the sound a little bit. Man, this cat thing is super annoying. Honestly, I don't have a solution for that. I've seen people face that problem with dogs, which is usually easier because basically they will devour everything you feed to them in one session, right? So you put down the feeders and then it just takes them 30 seconds to a couple of minutes to actually devour everything. And with cats, usually, right, you put down some wet food for them. They will usually feed throughout the course of the day, you know, just feeding whenever they deem necessary. So it's not as easy to just keep them separated. And honestly, I don't fully know how we're going to handle that. We're still figuring out the logistics for that. And it's rather painful. Also, speaking of painful, I've got to kick some butt here, apparently. Come on. There we go. Also, fun fact, I've leveled up Scholar to level 70, so we've reached technically the level cap for Stormblood with Scholar already. And then I've realized that we kind of left White Mage behind. He's currently at level 67, so he doesn't fulfill the requirements for the MSQ quest. I have to do some leveling for the White Mage in the next couple of days to get him back over level 68 and tops. Also, man, we will have to then check out Minor Botanist and of the two main disciples of the Hand, Weaver and Culinarian. So these are pretty much in line with where I am in terms of MSQ, but the rest is just trailing behind because I never found the time to actually do that. What are we doing? We're searching for clues. Oops. Where is the clue? What are we even supposed to search for here? It looks weird. Ah, there it is. There was like shiny thingamajig here, right? percipient one, okay. A foul odor assaults your nostrils, but you find nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. That was not it. Let's see. Is there another? Ah. Look at you. Strange fumes. Did you find anything? I recognize these markings. This is a container of black rose. 12 help us if any more samples yet remain. You don't suppose the Aliana ate this here, do you? What could they possibly want with it? Oh, that's our new buddy, right? Mzet. Don't look so surprised. Shooting a few arrows isn't that difficult even for me. That's not important. I come bearing news. He went to meet with the Vera to offer them thanks for taking me in after my father's disappearance. I was there. It was there he learned an awful truth about the incident that claimed his life. The Kalyana used a strange fruit to drive the beasts of Verdalia mad. The stampede was meant to drive out the M tribe so they could claim our lands as their own. Who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? Go to this kind of extreme means to claim lands of a native tribe. That would be unthinkable, right? Strange fruit. Of course, the percipient one. This is only a theory, mind you, but if the contents of the container leaked into the soil, it may have had adverse effects on the plant life here. It would certainly explain the condition of this tree. Now that the Garleans no longer move freely through these woods, the Kalyana likely saw this as a chance to harvest the fruit and finish what they started. It's a plan that reeks of their people never wanting to sully their own hands. Thanks to you two, we can ensure it won't come to fruition. I'd love nothing more than to avenge my father here and now, but I know that's not what he'd want. I'll take her back to the Peering Stones. Miraz will know what to do with her. I better go and contact Serpent Marshal Brookstone. We need to get men out here and dispose of that container. Thank you again for all your help. I hope our next meeting is under better circumstances. So, where are we handing off that quest? And is there a follow-up to it? Is that what we're going to be doing? Or can we then continue with the MSQ? Let me see if I could just quickly... Yeah. My word. So what the Vera told me was true. I never thought of the concern that the Kalyana should seclude themselves. They always seemed so peaceful. Yet, our carelessness lately brought about the end of the M tribe. Well, we will not make that mistake again. I will deal with the Kalyana after they tell us all they know. I'm honestly surprised to see MZ. Is that how it's pronounced? MZ? MZ? Chose to seek my counsel rather than deal with them himself. There is hope for him yet. Again, we find ourselves in debt. I foresee great things ahead for the M tribe, and I'm certain you have helped set us on the path to lasting prosperity. Well, it's a little bit of experience, right? So what is going on here? Brooding broodmother. I'm glad to see you looking hale and hearty. We're fortunate that you returned unscathed from that business involving the percipient one. Thanks to you and MZ, the Kalyana have been keeping away from it. Speaking of the Ananta, a messenger from the Vira came by not long ago, looking for you. Sarisha has some matters she'd like to discuss with you. Perhaps you could pay her a visit? Ah, this is now where it basically branches off into the society quests, right? Yep. I should be doing those. Should I be doing those? I honestly have no idea. I've been unlocking the society quests. Yeah, and I think they're called society quests nowadays and not beast tribes anymore. So sorry for that. Welcome, Daedalus. Allow me to once again express our gratitude for your heroic deeds. Your vanquishing of the Kalyana's vile simulacrum of Sri Lakshmi is worth of the utmost praise. While I am reluctant to have to ask your aid yet again, there is a matter of personal importance I wish to discuss with you. My beloved daughter Alpa is a member of the Resistance. Good for her. Though she is young and unskilled in the ways of war, she labors tirelessly for the freedom of Gyr Abania. Now that the Garleans have relinquished their grip on the region, many Vira who serve in the Resistance will be called back to Vira Nilya. As my daughter, Alpa's presence is required above all others. One day, Alpa will inherit the mantle of Broodmother, and there is much I must teach her. Despite our newfound freedom, many trials await in the days to come for all the peoples of Gyr Abania. We need not only strong leaders, but able successors to lead us into the future. I have written a letter for Alpa explaining why she must return. However, I anticipate that her superiors will be against her leaving on such short notice. As a friend to the Resistance, you would be able to persuade them to release her from service. Sure, yeah, I suppose so. I mean, your selflessness knows no bounds. Selflessness. Please give this letter to Alpa. She's stationed in Ralga's Reach. Let's see what Ralga's Reach has to offer. Yes, a missive from Mother. Sorry. This is absurd. I am pleased that she has such high expectations of me, but I've still got work to do here with the Resistance. Oi, calm down, will you? First things first, haven't you got anything to say to the one who brought you the letter? I am very grateful for you delivering this message. Oh, you're Daedalus Root, conqueror of Castellum Veladina, aren't you? Of course, I recognized you straight away, did you? It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. The name's Jolman, and I report to Alpa here. Believe it or not, you report to her? Okay. I suppose I should explain why I don't want to go back, seeing as you've traveled all this way. Although I assumed the title of Battle Maid, fighting isn't exactly my forte. I'm much better at metalworking, and since joining the Resistance I have been placed in command of a small group of blacksmiths. While the others were out capturing Velodina, I was here in the Reach crafting armaments. If only I could have been there with them. I am proud of the work we do supporting our soldiers, but I want to be more involved. That's why I've come up with a plan to turn Castellum Velodina into a resistance fortress, with the newly formed Velodina gatekeepers in charge. Alpa went straight to our commanding officer and volunteered for the post of captain. I was certainly surprised to hear they'd agreed to it, but she was only given permission on the grounds that I'd be assigned as her second in command. And she's been nagging me constantly ever since. Anyway, my blacksmiths are mainly made up of Ananta, since we excel at forging weapons and armor. On the other hand, most of the frontline units include both Ananta and Striders. Our superiors were concerned that even though I'm a member of the Resistance, I've spent most of the time among my own kind. Jolman's here to teach me the ways of the other peoples of Gyr Abania. It's kind of nice. Although officially she's the one leading the unit, I'm here to act as her mentor. She's still got a lot to learn about us Striders though. The other day, she tried to take off my uniform. Wait, what? What do you mean she tried to take off your uniform? I thought you were getting ready to shed your skin, so I tried to help you out of your clothes. Maybe. Anyway, there's an undressing joke in here somewhere. I'm not gonna make it. Let's not get into all that. So, where were we? Ah, the letter. I will send word to mother to tell her why I'm not going home. I'm sorry to have involved you in all this. Okay, so I gotta return to mom and tell her that while you were here, there's something I'd like to ask. Would you be able to meet us at Velodina? Oh, this is where... Are we going to be supplying the blacksmiths with shenanigans? Oh, this is right in the middle. It's right in the middle of nowhere. Bloody hell. Oh, man. Castrum Velodina is literally just the bridge, right? You're here. I hoped you had a safe journey. As I mentioned earlier, the Resistance wishes to repurpose this place as a new stronghold. The bridge is very important, strategically speaking, and is mainly used by Allied forces going to and from Gridania. But now that the Imperial forces have been driven out, we can expect more civilian traffic in the future. That said, if 10 score legionnaires suddenly showed up and demanded their bridge back, we'd be hard pressed to hold them off with the forces we have stationed here now. So, what do other peoples do at times like these? The Grand Companies recruit full adventurers like me. What a fantastic idea! Adventurers could cover our lack of enlisted soldiers, at least for the time being. Let's spread the word that the Velodina gatekeepers are offering work. I suppose I can lend you my strength. Is it her mom? Is it mommy? Mother! I read your message, Alpa. You have formed the Velodina Gatekeepers and been made their captain? That's what I wrote, isn't it? I've got an important assignment and I intend to see it through. Oh, and what is this important assignment of which you speak? I am responsible for converting this place into a full-fledged resistance fortress. It is vital to the defense of both Gridania and Gyr Abania. I like the hair, by the way. That looks kind of cool. Alpa, you possess many virtues, but strength in battle is not among them. Yet you believe you are capable of leading this endeavor? Should be more supportive, Mom. Come on. Very well. Well, the entire region stands to benefit from the strengthened borders, our village included. But remember, you are my heir. You cannot shirk this responsibility forever. You may remain here on one condition. It will soon be time for me to shed my skin. When it is over, I shall return to inspect this stronghold. If your work is found to be unsatisfactory, nothing you say or do will stop me from taking you back to Vera Nelia. I look forward to it. Okay. So if we succeed, Velodina will provide Vernelia with greater security. If we fail, the village gets its future successor back. Your mother certainly knows how to negotiate. We won't fail. I'll do whatever in my power and more to succeed. If you say so, Captain. Right. What needs doing first? If we're going to hire adventurers, we need to choose the right person for each job. We need to think about payment too. Got it. I'll go tell Ashana, Madura, and the others to start getting things organized. I knew I could rely on you. Yeah, totally. I am all up for helping. I am super, super excited to help you. Man, look at me. I am super hyped. The Velodina gatekeepers have taken command of Castellum Velodina. Your reputation has increased to friendly. Vera Society quests are now available from Ishana at Castellum Velodina. Furthermore, you may now purchase wares from Madura. Look at that. Super good. What does this do? Oh my god! Are you kidding me? There's false nails? You have... Man, you have got to be kidding me. Then there's a stuffed Ananta. And ventures. Okay. Okay. Man, I gotta have this. Okay, so this is just daily society quests. Okay. Good. Good. We're not gonna get into that now. But I think we've wrapped this up to the extent that we... Good. Perfect. So let's head back to Gyr Abania and see what the story brings, right? Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Oh, there you are. Greetings, General. I see I've been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were just about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you're ready. That was an easy one. Strong and unified. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. You didn't have to tell me, but yeah. Thanks for that. This looks pretty cool. Oh, this is literally a mount. Good for them. That everyone, then let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtlessly not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we've been given. Why? That's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Daedalus after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. If she wants to fight, I say let her fight. Thanks. I knew you would understand. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay with Daedalus. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility. Meanwhile, in a secret room. What is this? What are we building? Oh no. What have they been doing?
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial court.
What?
Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through.
He has the best resting bitch face.
Greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
There's a boy.
Found you.
Sneaky boy. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Oh, by the way, one thing I still have to do is... Oh, I have a problem with melding. This is something I realized when leveling up to level 70. Give me a second. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, And so that you know, I sent word to Arnvold's squadron. They're already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Yes. Northeast. Okay, this is not where I'm going, to be honest. But anyway. So I've realized that when reaching level 70 with my Scholar, I got a new equipment set. But unfortunately, I cannot meld any materia to it because I'm not level 70 with my classes, my crafting classes yet, right? So I'll have to find a way around that, or just have to level them, unfortunately. I don't know if that's something that the melding shop guy actually can provide or not. I'll have to find out. Ooh, it's a doggo. Canis pugnax. Look at you, he's a cutie. You're a cute little boy. Let's go. Yeah. Oh no. Somebody killed the doggo. Where are we even going? Is there anything here? Should I just at least unlock this part of the map? No? Yes? That is it? That's what this map has to offer? Nah. I've got to be kidding me, right? I think we can explore this further with a little bit of flying, but we can't right now. Also, what is this? Have we encountered that already, this ship? Do we know what that is? I feel like I'm seeing that for the first time and I have no idea what it is or why it exists. It roughly aligns with the location of a dungeon for some weird reason, but let's see. Oh, there was also this tower somewhere, right? In an earlier area that we've encountered that we actually didn't investigate yet. I think we weren't able to reach it yet, but let's see how that goes. So I'm really hoping that we're nearing, man, I don't even want to say that we're nearing the end of Stormblood, but yeah, I really hope that we get to wrap this up. See how this goes. So Divine Might has a lower potency than Requiescat, right? So Requiescat would always be preferred to going the Royal Authority Divine Might route as long as we can, right? So the problem is that Holy Might overwrites that, correct? The effect of Divine Might will be prioritized over Requiescat when under the effect of both. So, preferably we choose honestly, we have to figure out a solid rotation for the tank at some point. Man. Ooh. Combat. That is a lot of bodies. And most of those guys were killed by Roban, let's be honest, right? And Pippin, of course. Seriously.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
So what is her secret mission?
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
Oh. Are we using the Death Star?
Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
I think we're going to use the Death Star to blow the whole thing to smithereens. Lord Xenos, you a nasty little boy.
Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty.
This is definitely a recipe for something.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
For us, for our people, for our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
But Alderaan is peaceful. We have no weapons. Shit, some idiot forgot to record this. Anyway. They were not kidding when they said this is a big gun. This is definitely a big gun.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat. Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
That was a funny little animation, how they had to put their weapons down. Damn. Look at that. The main tower did, in fact, just collapse. Alizé, that is correct. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon that asked cast from Abania, but that was an Imperial installation and their troops were still... Damn it. No one's responding. I don't know if the shell has been jammed or... We have to go now. They need our help. Where are we going, Alizé? Let's go. Let's go find some survivors. Heavens weep. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now. Oh. There's a lot of transitions on this map. It's interesting. Like, even though this is one piece of map, there's a lot of story-driven locks and transitions. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, in case it isn't obvious that Imperials fired on us. I didn't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. God damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. It was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. Alizé, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. Is there southeast. Oh. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Like Gyri's not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. Well, he looks a little bit more than just wounded. He looks a little face planted, to be honest. I don't think he's going to recover from that. Oh, he is. I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Daedalus Root, ward of House Fortomb. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then. Now. I can walk. Thank you. 1,000 times. Thank you.
Conrad, speak to me.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We led the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
Is he though?
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
in the chaos of Gyr Abania. Meanwhile,
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
it's a boy. You use heavy artillery, we use heavy artillery. It's just fair.
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Okay. I can get into that. I can get into that.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Damn. Damn, Estinian. I mean, that was a little Dragoon ex machina, but you know. We could have killed them. We could have walked away, but instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God as my witness. There will be a reckoning. Okay. Angry Alpha, no. Ah, Conrad. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Cam's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. Where is she? Where's my girl? Hey, Alize, we found your brother. We gotta go. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he's alright. He is, but Conrad's dead. Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Alright, let's go. Who? There should be a wounded soldier somewhere here. Oh, you hid them behind the structure. How inconsiderate of you. Let's go. But there is still another area here, right, that is completely unexplored. So this can't finish here, can it, right? Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble get it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. And where's the other one? Oh, there should be another one somewhere here. Just around the corner. Oh. Come on, buddy. Let's get you back on your feet. I didn't recognize you at first. It's so hard being a celebrity nowadays, you know? Everybody recognizes you. Everybody wants something. It's a pain. It's a lot. Whoop whoop. And we're back. Hey there, Alfie. We have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. So what does that mean, Alphino? The question of how to move forward in Conrad's absence looms large in Alphino's mind. All Alliance and Resistant units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Alden. I am always confused when somebody says General Alden because I have no freaking idea who that is, when apparently it means Raban. These days weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. I hate that. This is the problem I have with this whole thing, this whole patriotism, country, take my country back. Shenanigans. Ah, man. It doesn't sit right with me. But anyway. But above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when next you face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. we'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces and had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of the officers found his conscience after the first barrage? Or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to a heretofore unknown resistance faction. Istinian, the man formerly known as Unknown Resistance Faction, chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they continue. My little Vulcan. Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago. I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalimo and I arrived at Rogga's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. Even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse, that I was still afraid of following my heart because I couldn't be sure it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left. And of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got. And I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago. I'll come back. I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Hext's right to carry out his mission, this mission, I see no reason why she should do so. Yeah, of course, man. Sure, send me along. Would have done it even if you hadn't asked, sir. Then it is settled. We will await your return. Sorry to drag you into this, Daedalus said. Nobody ever in this stupid game. Come on, you're dragging me in all the time. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I can do is be myself. Doing great, honey. You're doing great. And her mind is made up, which is very good, right? This is good for her. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Nunkrev's Hope. The ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. Oh, that's the ship. All right. It shouldn't have taken us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Famous last words. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Cool stuff. Cool. Let's get some climbing gear. And let's get up to that ship, shall we? I would have thought, I was under the impression that that was actually the dungeon. But it might not be. My sense of direction is not the best one. But, well, something is here. Ooh, a guardian beast. Look at you. Shit. He's a big chunky boy. There we are. Here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, huh? In a way, I'm glad. How are you glad? Right then, time to climb. Did we do the climbing? That took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is. Nunkrep's Hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the sixth Umbral era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow men, who accomplished great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must be made up, but the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to, sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself, but we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad or Ian or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, huh? I mean, that's kind of cute, right? Strange. Think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad, or maybe even both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Oh, is that smoke from Gyr Abania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Gyr Abania and bring the bastards who gave the orders to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others, come on. Okay. I thought it would have just been the two of us. That usually is sufficient, you know? Wipe out an entire army. Easier down than up, eh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyways, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. More materia. There's no time to lose, Daedalus. General Alden needs to know what we saw. Well, then how about we stop talking and start walking? Oh, it was literally just, we just went up for the cutscene and then came back down again? All right. Anyway, whatever that means. The game's trying really, really hard to prevent me from exploring anything that shouldn't be explored at this point of the story, but it's all right. It's fine. Oh, that's Pippin. I don't want to talk to Pippin. I want to talk to Raban. Here you go, General Alden. What's up? You are returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Nunkrev's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Marshal Torapin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once. It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. But be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token foes will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk, but how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants through Gyr Abania, including Radiata. Okay, where's Radiata? Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans. And at the end of the day, it is our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alice and Daedalus, I am sure. Well then, if you're all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Rolga watch over you and keep you. That was a lot. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lise, nor less Alamigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Kryl is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kral might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. All right. Man, this is a lot of dialogue right now. Jeez Louise. There's an ether current quest here. Of course, I've got some time to spare. What is that? There's another one here? Oh no, this is the... So to review, we have to travel to Radiata, where we will meet a contact recruited by Marshal Tarapin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castrum Abania. Perhaps as a result of this, the resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye, you have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Olamegans, feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave them. Damned if I know how Marshal Terrapin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand their desire to look after the families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadin woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Fair enough. So where do we have to go then? Where is... Ah, this is here. Oh man, folks, you know what? I think we're going to wrap this up for tonight. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit tired of the dialogue. I've been talking and reading quite a lot today. And this also seems to be a not so busy night. So, you know what? I think we're going to wrap up early. We're a little short of 2 hours, but I think that's fine. I might be throwing up another stream on Sunday. Maybe we could try and level up the White Mage a little bit so we can continue MSQs with them as well. And then I still wanted to actually rearrange the HUD for both the Paladin and the Scholar, because we got a lot of new quests here and it's getting a little messy, to be honest. So I actually have to come up with some new keybinds and hotkeys, especially for these here. These 7, 8, 9, they don't make any sense. They're located somewhere on the rightmost side of the HUD, and honestly, it doesn't suit me. It's the same problem I am struggling with the Scholar, even though the Scholar seems to have fewer actions that the Paladin has at level 68. But Sid, I made some rearrangements because I basically arranged all the fairy orders up here at 4, 5, 6 with a new Ether Pact. Basically replacing my Sacred Soil that I had up here. I moved Sacred Soil down here with the base heals, basically, right? Adlo, Succor, and then Lustrate, Indom, and Excogitation. And then I moved Deployment Tactics and Emergency Tactics here to the basically Shift Q and Shift E buttons, which is fine, I guess, together with Dissipation. But I'm struggling a little bit to come up with a consistent HUD that will then also cover how I manage the heals on White Mage, right? Because, well, mostly I've got the QER buttons and ZXZ buttons for any combat abilities, any damage dealing abilities, right? Broil, Ruin, Energy Drain. Z is almost always the damage over time for healers. And then there's Ether Flow and Art of War. And then respectively on the White Mage, this is what it looks like. There's some small differences, but again, QER is mainly the damage. And then the 1, 2, 3 buttons are the main heals. And then these are, I think, AoE heals and some heal over times. And because there's so much direct heals, I've put some more here. But again, this is not 100% consistent and thought through. So at some point, you could see here, so short cost for the White Mage and the Suna are still located here, while I've shifted them for the Scholar. So I have to do the rearrangements. So basically any actions with overlap will still be located on the same keybind for the same class wherever the overlap occurs, right? Asuna Physics Shortcast, and then we got to do the same thing here. Shortcast Asuna. I don't think he has a Physic, the White Mage, but you get it, right? And then these buttons up here, we're still not utilizing them for the White Mage, but these are currently 7, 8, 9, 0. And honestly, 7, 8, 9 is so far away to reach that I'll have to find a way to locate it on the leftmost side on the keyboard. And I think I'm already utilizing most of it. So the whole line from ASD to G is already utilized, right? QER is already set up here with F down here. And then we have ZX, Z. We're not using V right now, which might be an option, because honestly, V doesn't do much. That just looking behind yourself, I don't know whether that serves some sort of purpose. T is currently taken because it's basically utilized to switch targets. But if we set up V as another keybind, we gain another key, and then we would have to rearrange the whole setup and think about whether that's sufficient for us or whether we need some more keys. Anyway, I'm going to try and figure that out. Maybe we're going to sit down on Sunday, try to come up with a new keybind, and then run a couple of dungeons with that to see how it feels, to also get a better feel of the current abilities that the Scholar and the White Mage has. Maybe train Paladin a little bit, and then maybe do MSQ later on. Honestly, I find running through MSQ chat dialogues a little tiring right now. I'm not too hyped about what's happening in the story. So honestly, I might consider running some of the MSQ quests off stream and then just rejoining for basically bigger moments, cutscenes, maybe some dungeons, and then just doing duties in the meantime. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. If you want to do me a favor and you're watching this, leave a comment and let me know what kind of content you would watch me stream, because honestly, I'm struggling a little bit with the MSQ right now, and I'm not sure if I'm super hyped about running MSQ quests on stream at the moment. And I think about pivoting to running some dungeons, doing some duties, leveling up some classes, maybe doing some other fun stuff in the meantime. So if you want, let me know. In any case, we're going to wrap this up for tonight. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you want. Leave a subscribe if you also want. Honestly, I highly appreciate it. And we'll come back probably this Sunday, latest next Thursday. And Until then, play some video games, have fun, be nice to each other, and have a good night. Take care.